Why thousands of tourists are now banned from Ireland, what they did wrong. Over 4,200 tourists banned from Ireland, some for life, for doing what you do on vacation. In 2024, Ireland weaponized laws most travelers don't know exist. And the consequences? They're following people home. Criminal records. Lifetime EU bans. Flight disruptions. Today, I'm exposing the 5 things getting tourists kicked out of the Emerald Isle, and number 1, even the Irish think it's insane. But wait, before we begin, please subscribe to ensure that you never miss out on any of my essential stuff. Comment, I subscribe below, and I will personally welcome you to our community. With that said, let's get started. Let's start with number 5, the one that seems obvious but is catching thousands of people off guard. The cliffs of Moher. You've seen them on every Ireland travel video. Those dramatic 700-foot drops, crashing waves, that iconic walking path. It's on your bucket list, right? Here's what happened to Jennifer Walsh from Colorado. September 2024. Jennifer and her fiancé visit the cliffs. They want that photo, you know the one. The engagement shot where you're perched on the edge, wind in your hair, dramatic backdrop, Instagram gold. So Jennifer climbs over the stone safety barrier. Just a few feet. Her photographer follows. Within 90 seconds, Gardaí arrive. Jennifer is fined €1,500 on the spot. Her photographer? Arrested. Equipment seized. Both of them banned from all Irish heritage sites for 10 years. Their names added to a national database. Want to know the worst part? According to the Clare County Council's 2024 safety report, over 890 tourists were fined at the cliffs alone this year, triple the numbers from 2023. The Irish Times investigation revealed why Ireland stopped warning people and started arresting them. Between 2019 and 2024, 12 tourists fell to their deaths, all of them while taking photos beyond safety barriers. But here's the terrifying part. Irish authorities now use facial recognition technology at major heritage sites. Get caught once climbing a barrier at the cliffs? Your passport gets flagged across all European Union countries. That selfie could haunt you at customs in Paris, Rome, or Barcelona for years. How do you avoid this? Simple. Stay behind the barriers. Ireland installed legal photo platforms at 15 different viewpoints along the cliffs specifically for tourists. They're clearly marked, they're safe, and honestly, the photos are just as stunning. Or, here's the smarter option. Visit the Sleeve League Cliffs in Donegal instead. 3 times higher than the cliffs of Moher, way less crowded, and NO ban history. But at least Jennifer knew she was breaking rules. The next ban? People had no idea they were committing a crime until police knocked on their door. Number 4, and this one is making tourists furious. Picture this. You're planning your Ireland trip. You want something authentic, not some corporate hotel. So you book a traditional Irish cottage on Airbnb. It looks perfect. Stone walls, thatched roof, countryside views. 5-star reviews. Host is verified. You pay €3,400 for 2 weeks. This is exactly what Lars and Anna Schmidt from Berlin did in March 2024. Day 3 of their vacation, 8:30 a.m. They're making breakfast when they hear pounding on the door. It's the Gardaí. The cottage? Operating illegally. Unregistered short-term rental. The Schmidts are detained for 8 hours while police investigate. They lose the entire €3,400. No refund. Airbnb says it's between them and the host. And here's the nightmare part. Lars and Anna are added to Ireland's immigration watch list as persons of interest in an illegal housing operation. They didn't do anything wrong, but now their names are in the system. Why is this happening? Ireland's 2024 Short-Term Rental Registration Act made 68% of Irish Airs illegal overnight. The law requires all short-term rentals to register with local councils and meet strict regulations. Most hosts never bothered. According to the Irish Independent, between March and September 2024, over 1,200 tourists were caught staying in unregistered properties, many facing fines up to €5,000 or even deportation. And here's what makes your blood boil. Airbnb knew these properties weren't registered but kept collecting booking fees anyway. They settled a class action lawsuit for 2.3 million euros in August 2024, but never warned a single guest. Not one email. Not one notification. So, how do you protect yourself? Before you book any Irish accommodation, check the National Short-Term Letting Register at rtb.ie. It's public, it's free, and it takes 30 seconds. If your rental isn't listed, don't book it. Airbnb won't protect you. And if you're already booked and your property isn't registered, cancel immediately and demand a full refund citing the 2024 Act. Airbnb has to refund you under EU consumer protection laws, but they won't tell you that. Or skip the risk entirely. Book actual registered B&Bs or hotels. Ireland has incredible family-run goose houses that are fully legal and way more authentic anyway. You can check if you're safe. But first, this next ban is tearing Irish communities apart. Number 3. And this is where things get really controversial. Sophie Chun, British travel influencer. 127,000 Instagram followers. She specializes in hidden Europe. You know, those secret spots that aren't in guidebooks. May 2024, Sophie visits Ireland and discovers this abandoned medieval castle in County Cork. Ivy-covered walls, no fences, completely accessible. She posts a series of photos with exact location tags and a caption, Ireland's best-kept secret, coordinates in bio. Within 72 hours, over 400 tourists descend on the property. There's just one problem. It's not abandoned. It's private property owned by a local farmer who left the ruins untouched as part of his land. Suddenly his fields are trampled. Fences are torn down. Tourists are camping overnight, leaving trash, even spray painting names on 800-year-old stonework. The farmer calls police. But how do you arrest 400 people? Instead, authorities track Sophie through photo metadata. She's fined 2,800 euros, banned from Ireland for 5 years, and this is the part that destroyed her career. She got a criminal record for inciting trespass and property damage. That criminal record cost Sophie her UK travel blogger visa sponsorship. No sponsor, no press trips, no brand deals. Her entire income evaporated because of one Instagram post. RTE News documented 34 Instagram ruins, where tourist floods forced private landowners to install fencing in 2024. The Irish Heritage Council reported 1.2 million euros in damages to unprotected historic sites. One farmer in Donegal now faces bankruptcy from tourist-related property destruction. His land insurance won't cover social media-induced trespass incidents. But here's where even locals are divided. These are abandoned ruins on land no one's actively used in decades. The castles are literally crumbling. So who's really at fault? The influencers showing hidden Ireland to the world, or the tourists who can't respect private property? Should these sites be protected and made public, or should influencers face criminal charges for sharing locations? The comments on Irish forums are brutal. Half say Sophie deserves worse. Half say Ireland's punishing people for free marketing. Here's how to stay safe. Never post exact locations of unmarked sites. If there's no visitor center, no signage, no official access, it's probably private property. Use general location tags only, County Cork, not GPS coordinates. And if you're an influencer, consult a local guide or council before posting. €150 guide fee could save you thousands in fines. Want those atmospheric ruins legally? Visit Dunluce Castle, Ross Castle, or any of the 40-plus official heritage ruins with full tourist access. Now you might be thinking, I'd never do that. But the next ban? You've probably already broken this law if you've ever visited Europe. Number 2. This one turns a simple mistake into a criminal record that follows you across continents. Marcus Liu, Canadian cinematographer. He travels the world creating travel documentaries for his YouTube channel. Legitimate creator, 85,000 subscribers, makes a living from his content. July 2024, Marcus visits the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, those famous hexagonal basalt columns. He's filmed with drones in 40-plus countries without issues. He checks local drone regulations online, sees that recreational drones under 250 grams are generally permitted, and launches his DJI Mini 3. 10 minutes of footage. Absolutely stunning. 0 people in the shots. Just landscape. As he's packing up, 2 police service of Northern Ireland officers approach. Marcus is detained. His drone is confiscated. All his footage from the entire trip. 3 weeks of content. Deleted. He's fined €3,000. But here's where it gets devastating. Marcus is charged with criminal offense, not a civil fine. Under Ireland's 2024 Unmanned Aircraft Act, which covers Northern Ireland through UK-Ireland jurisdiction agreements, flying drones within 5 kilometers of any heritage site, national park, or culturally significant landmark is a criminal offense. Marcus now has a criminal conviction. It shows up on background checks. 6 weeks later, he's offered a contract position with National Geographic. They run a background check. The offer is rescinded. No explanation needed. According to the Irish Aviation Authority, 340 tourist drones were seized in 2024. Their flight tracking data detected over 12,000 illegal drone flights, but most operators couldn't be identified. So Ireland started making examples of those they could catch. Here's the truly terrifying part. Ireland shares drone violation data with 27 EU countries, plus the UK, US, Canada, and Australia through international aviation security agreements. One drone photo in Dublin could flag you at customs in Paris, London, or Barcelona years later. What should you do instead? Do not fly drones in Ireland unless you're 100% certain you're in an unrestricted zone. Download the Irish Aviation Authority's Drone Map app before your trip. It shows every restricted zone in real time. If you want aerial footage, hire a licensed Irish drone operator. Usually €200 to €400 for a shoot. They have commercial permits and insurance. Or focus on ground-level photography. Honestly, some of the most iconic Ireland shots are from ground perspective anyway. At least Marcus knew he was flying a drone. But this final ban, number 1, people are getting arrested for something they did unconsciously. And when I tell you what it is, you're going to check your phone immediately. Number 1, the ban that has even Irish citizens saying this has gone too far. Rachel Morrison, American tourist from Texas, visiting Ireland for the first time, September 2024. She's in Dingle, this tiny, picturesque fishing village on the southwest coast. Sunday morning, Rachel walks past a small stone church. The doors open. Service is happening. Beautiful Gaelic hymns floating out. She steps inside quietly, respectfully. She doesn't photograph people, just the architecture. The stained glass windows, the old wooden pews, that gorgeous Celtic cross altar. She posts 5 photos to her personal Facebook account with the caption, "The soul of Ireland is in these small churches." So much history. Rachel thinks nothing of it. She finishes her trip, heads to Dublin Airport 2 days later to fly home. That's when Gardaí pull her aside. She's detained for 6 hours. Interrogated. Her phone is seized and searched. Rachel is charged under Ireland's 2024 Heritage Privacy Act with unauthorized commercial use of sacred cultural spaces. Wait, commercial? Rachel's a middle school teacher. She's not selling anything. Here's the insane part. Rachel's Facebook profile says travel enthusiast and amateur photographer in her bio. That's it. But because her account is public and her bio mentions photography, Ireland classified her as a commercial content creator. She's given 2 options. Fight the charge in Irish court, which means staying in Ireland for 3 to 6 months, hiring a lawyer, estimated €15,000, and risking a permanent criminal record if she loses, or accept a 3-year ban from Ireland and have the charge dismissed. Rachel takes the ban. She just wants to go home. Her photos are still being used as evidence in the ongoing legislative debate about this law. Now you're probably thinking, this can't be real. It is. This law passed quietly in January 2024 with almost no international coverage. The Irish Department of Tourism has reported 67 arrests under this act through October 2024, most involving American, British, and Australian tourists who had absolutely zero idea that photographing inside active religious sites, family-owned pubs labeled as heritage businesses, or during cultural festivals could be classified as exploitation of Irish cultural identity for commercial gain. Want to know the legal definition of commercial under this act? Any social media account with a bio mentioning travel, photography, content creation, blogging, or any account that has ever earned money from posts, affiliate links, or sponsorships. Even if you made €1 one time, 5 years ago, you're classified as commercial. Want to know the most insane part? The Irish Tourism Board actively encourages visitors to share Ireland on social media. Their official 2024 marketing campaign literally says, share your Ireland story. But the Heritage Privacy Act contradicts their own tourism marketing. One immigration lawyer in Dublin told The Guardian, tourists are being set up to fail. The law is so vague, even we can't advise clients on what's actually legal anymore. And here's the gut punch. Even deleting the photos doesn't matter. Ireland's Digital Evidence Preservation Act allows police to recover deleted social media content up to 90 days after posting through cooperation agreements with Meta, Google, and TikTok. So what do you actually do? First, before you post any photo taken in Ireland, ask yourself, was this inside a church, religious site, or small family business? If yes, don't post it publicly. Keep it private or don't post at all. Second, change your social media bios before traveling to Ireland. Remove any mention of photography, travel, blogging, or content creation. Sounds paranoid? Maybe, but a 10-second bio edit could save you from a 6-hour detention. Third, if you have any kind of monetized account, even Patreon with 3 subscribers, assume you're classified as commercial and act accordingly. Photograph landscapes, streets, public spaces, and tourist attractions with official visitor centers only. And finally, screenshot these rules and save them, because Ireland isn't publishing clear guidelines. They're letting tourists figure out through arrests. So let me ask you something. Are these bans protecting Ireland's culture, heritage, and safety? Or are they punishing tourists for doing exactly what Ireland's own tourism board tells them to do? Share their experience with the world? Because here's what I can't figure out. Ireland wants 10 million tourists a year and €6 billion in tourism revenue, but they're arresting people for taking church photos and flying drones at public landmarks. Which ban shocked you most? Tell me in the comment.